Dawn Staley revisits Team USA's Caitlin Clark decision during Olympic interview. Dawn Staley has plenty of experience trying to slow down Caitlin Clark and evaluating the game of the superstar from UA. However, Staley is also a member of the Team USA selection committee, pressed with selecting the Olympic roster. By now, everyone is well aware of the controversial decision of that committee to pass on Clark, who was fresh out of college. On Sunday, Staley was asked to revisit that decision live from the NBC set in Paris, and she admitted things might be different if the decision on Clark came today. Staley described Clark as head and shoulders above a bunch of other players at this present moment. The head coach of South Carolina also pointed to Clark's increased seasoning in the pro game after a few months in the WNBA. As a committee member, you're charged with putting together the best team of players, the best talent. Caitlin is just a rookie in the WNBA, wasn't playing bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now, said Staley about Clark's status when the original decision was made. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a bunch of other people. Shooting the ball extremely well, she is an elite passer, she's just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game than she was a couple of months ago. Dawn Staley, member of the U20 selection committee, asked about Caitlin Clark. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. pic.twitter.com/ANICUSCARATD. Whether you're a daily fantasy sports veteran or DFS newcomer, SDS has all the tools to help you be successful. Head to SDS's best daily fantasy apps to get started. There are some flaws in Staley's reasoning. After all, some aspects of her description of Clark were just as true months ago as they are today. Elite passer, that has always been the case for Clark. Basketball IQ, among the best with elite vision and a feel for the game. And Staley pointing to seasoning as a pro also doesn't hold any water. Anyone who has watched Clark or has a basic understanding of basketball knew she was going to be more seasoned by the time the Olympics came around. As a generational talent, Clark was never going to be moving backwards in regard to her progress as a pro. That leaves plenty of questions as to why Staley and other committee members would not project Clark's growth even a little bit when it comes to the roster. Staley's admission likely does little to appease those fans who were eagerly anticipating watching Clark in the Olympics, but it is not surprising that the opinion of some decision-makers on Clark has shifted these days.